One of the strange contradictions and paradoxical behaviors which has always prevailed and dominated the human beings, and which is also quite relevant in the modern human beings of superior education, higher degrees, and greater privileges, accesses to the internet, wealth, riches, is that they always contradict and criticize not only each other's success, validation, wealth, riches, approval, ambitions that they're able to satisfy or fail at in their lives, but they almost always object to and oppose the men and women of individuality, talent, skill, ability, knowledge, intelligence, character, defiance, sovereignty, rebellion, truthfulness, groundedness. So the men and women that develop and that demonstrate and that hold on to all of these great, rare virtues and separated qualities will somehow, some way invite and they will have to embrace a whole lot of unnecessary, undesirable, uncircumstantial criticism, condemnation, isolation, alienation into their lives. They'll be criticized almost unnecessarily in one way or another. And humanity always counts the mistakes, the errors, the failures that we have had, that we have been through, and that we are still experiencing in certain areas, fields, aspects in our lives in one way or another. They obviously don't count, and they will not certainly consider our successes, accomplishments, achievements, triumphs that we have it into our lives in one or another, because the mind prioritizes not only the negatives, it amplifies and multiplies all the adversities, miseries, rejections, pains that we have been through, and that obviously do not always exist in reality, but still the mind focuses on those evils that are non existent, because we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Not all the evils always exist in reality, obviously, such as judgment, criticism, condemnation, betrayal by the others, but we make up those evils. The mind makes up whatever it wants to make and create. The mind creates its own evils, and we suffer rejection, criticism, judgment in our minds, in our fears, anxieties, imagination, because of unresolved internal conflicts and unactualized, unhealed wounds and basically pains, traumas. Because those things have neither been acknowledged nor confronted nor embraced, we continue to suffer from their after effects and consequences in our anxieties and overreactions and basically anticipations. And obviously, those things do not happen always in reality. But mankind always likes to count the errors, failures, mistakes, downfalls of each other, and they obviously do not and will not consider prosperity, adversity that we have been through, that we have